Hello, my beautiful, beloved collective, beautiful soul. Welcome to Celestial Oracle Codes. So, actually, before we get started, I'm going to call in my archangels, angels, the Most High, guides and guardians, spiritual team, and guides and guardians of my viewers, the collective, and all of the higher vibrational infinite beings of light who walk with us, and only the highest aligned messages that come through to help us get through what this world has been trying to do, to convey it all in the perfect way and give us the advice that we need on this very day. So, I love it. Now, I'll cut 3 times, right? So that we really got them mixed up. We want a good read today. I don't know what's going on in the energy. I'm going to let the cards speak. Usually I'll tap into the energy and I'll try to see exactly what it is, right? And so today, I'm just gonna let it do what it's gonna do. So the first cards that come out are gonna be what we're looking at and what it might look like for you, okay? And the next cards that come out will be the rest of the story and then some advisements. Okay, so there is something special about this reading, however, because of the energy in the collective right now and all that we've been going through, the downloads, the activations, and I have very activating energy, right? I'm full of energy. Obviously, I have activating energy. I accelerate, I amplify, and I awaken. So those are some of the gifts that I have, and that is obviously why I'm doing this. But at the end of the day, that's also what I'm being called to create the next thing, right? And I think we're gonna unveil that tomorrow. I'm definitely starting recording of it today. So, woo, we're getting there. But today, this reading is gonna be solely about the viewer, okay? So if this is your reading, you might feel like this is a personal reading, and this quite possibly could be in some way personally effective or sentimental for you. And the way that I'm going to read the cards today, usually we do more predictions and we allow other people into the cards. Well, today the cards are all about you. And I've never really seen anyone read cards like this, but I know how. And ultimately, this is the way that we use cards for self-improvement versus just predictions and trying to figure out exactly what next steps are or whatever. So this can also help with the internal state. But this also means that all court cards represent aspects of yourself. And we'll get into those aspects if they come up. But just know right now today, in this reading, that all of these cards represent you, okay? If this is your reading. Or energies around you. But ultimately, it's really gonna be you, because this is going to show your inner and outer world. So this is the inner and outer world spread that I made up, channeled, okay, that I created. We're gonna create it. So the inner and outer world spread. Whoa, y'all, whoa, y'all, whoa. Okay, so we got one row, right? So this row shows us your inner world. So this is how you feel. Okay, we're gonna do the next row. This one has only 4 in it, and this shows how you feel about your physical world. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, and we're gonna do one more row, and this one is going to show us, I'm like, let's get a really good random one. Show us exactly how you're feeling inside about others, and what that is bringing to you in the end, okay? So the last row will be actually a bit predictive, but not fully predictive, right? Because it's still gonna talk about how you are going to feel, but it's still gonna be you. All right, so here we go. Thank you to the archangels and angels for being with me. So it seems, right, the first one that was coming out was how you feel inside. So for some of you, this is the end of tumultuous, emotionally imbalancing, I'm hearing, mentally exhausting and unapproachable situations and problems in your life. So this is the end to all of the deceit and the betrayal, all of the broken-hearted energies that have been kind of revolving around you, any indecisiveness or indirectness that has been coming towards you or left you feeling at odds with your world. So ultimately, right now on the inside, you're feeling like you are going through a mental reset. All right, so you feel like your thought patterns are changing. You might have gotten in control of your mind. Some of you might be using self-hypnosis. I'm also hearing subliminals and ultimately frequency. So you're really big on frequencies and learning how they interact with the energy field and learning how they create new realities by creating a new internal state for you. So interesting. All right, so this also comes to let us know that this mental reset is coming because, well, you can see that your life is changing. You can see that things are starting to become more approachable. You can see that the tables are turning for you as well. You're feeling like finally the wheel is turning in my favor. Finally the chips are falling the way that equals good fortune for me. Finally the cards are a good hand for me. Finally I don't feel like the game is rigged against me. Finally I feel like my life is showing up for me. And finally I feel like I can breathe. So that's this energy. That's this energy of I have had people trying to keep me in depression, trying to keep dark thoughts on me. And there are people in your life, okay? If you're in this reading, there are people in your life who were placed there specifically to make you uncertain about your purpose, the reason that you walk through this world, and how you navigate this world on your way to accomplishing justice, liberation, and morality for humanity. So that's what this is. This is no more mental constraints or confinements, no more depression and me being riddled by attachments to old narrations from the past. So you're releasing all of the connection to all of those things and to the attachment to outcomes and narratives that didn't serve you or didn't end up well. So some of you, this means, might actually be approaching old things in new ways. Okay, so you're releasing your attachment to old outcomes. That's what that means. And ultimately, it's keeping you in a way where now you're starting to pour into your own cup first. Where now you might be getting away from the emotional nature or capacity that you felt like you were going to give to everybody. But now you see that some things are on reserve. Some things you don't just get to steal my emotional stability, my emotional and my mental stability and make me feel like I'm at odds with my world. So this is how a lot of you are thinking and have me looking like all my cups are spilled and I have to live in unemotional or emotionally tumultuous situations and circumstances where you keep me focused on all the bad things that are happening in my life. So, and now I'm letting it go. I'm releasing emotional ineptitude, right? I'm releasing emotional degeneracy. I'm releasing emotional ignorance. I'm releasing emotional immaturity. And I'm releasing those who feel like because others made them feel some type of way, well, that means that you made me act like that. My boss used to say that. Glad I got rid of them. And then there was the narcissist that they had me working with who felt like he could commit bodily harm on people. Glad I got rid of them, right? And so now that the water's rolling down the pipeline, right, and I can see how this has already improved my life. But at the end of the day, you might not be able to see at that time. So that's also a message that's coming through. If you have recently released any kind of negative energy or anything from your energy field that did not support you, serve you, nurture you, or just truly give you the fulfillment that you deserve to have in this life, you're being called to release it now. Okay? And stop, right? Because this is in reverse. So that means stop looking at the spilled cups and start looking at these full cups behind you. So you got to look at those full cups behind you because you've got some blessings, right? And I'm going to tell you, I said I wasn't going to do this and I'm doing it. But these two cups behind you, well, for some of you, it's love and a new financial truth and abundance, some fulfillment that's coming into your life. And for others of you, it's just something that is an enjoyable part of your life, right? It's a new lease on life, where now life is more emotionally fulfilling for me, and it's more financial abundance in your life. Okay, so that is amazing. Okay? Also, you feel like you can finally put your guard down. You feel like you can finally, maybe some of you have removed yourself from situations and environments that are no longer serving you, right? So now we're already to this point where we no longer are looking at that negative aspect, right? Because it's in reverse, and then because we're no longer allowing these negative situations or these negative influences, these negative patterns, and these negative emotionally conflicted situations to be a ruling part of our world, where we stop focusing on them and we turn around and we see the blessings behind us, and the blessings are in an environment where we don't have to have our guard up, where we can finally let our boundaries speak for themselves. We create boundaries and we enforce them, but at the same time, we also allow new aligned relationships and social circles in our life. So that is how you're feeling on the inside. So this is what's helping you to make the moves you're making now. Okay, so this is how you feel about your outer world, right? All right, so some of you feel, right? Some of the collective feels like it's not their happily ever after. Okay, I'm just gonna say it flat out like you feel it. And then others are feeling like it's never gonna come. Others are feeling like they know it's gonna come, but it might come too late, I'm hearing, or at an inopportune time, which is that's not a great vibration, guys. So let's keep the vibration of optimism. And remember, if you get to that worry and doubt place, smiling is actually the quickest way to raise your vibration, okay? So that's how we get back in that positive feel. Your face is geared to certain endorphin glands within you that when you smile, it actually releases some kind of endorphin that helps you raise your mood, right? Like, that's why it's so hard for you to smile when you're pissed off, okay? Because you forget that you have control over your internal state. You have control over your mentality. You have control over your emotionality. You have control of what you look at in reality. And you have control about how you hold your boundaries and what kind of alignment you let come through. So, ultimately, you have control over how this happily ever after, whatever that means for you, comes into your life too. So this is a call for alignment. Obviously, I believe that we're all aligned. If you're not, that's okay, but be making it on your way, right? Because we want to be and stay aligned, because that's how we get all the good stuff in life, right? Because when I read through this and I say there's been emotional turmoil, and I say that it might be a shift in your reality because now karma is coming in to balance the scales for you, because you no longer have to live in an emotionally tumultuous or uninviting and undesirable state. And you don't have to look at spilled cups. You don't have to look at things that you've lost. You don't have to look at what people cost you. You don't have to always be defending yourself and always on the defense, right? You can get to the right environment. But at the end of the day, this is all your power over your life. This is all your power over your life, and we ain't even got all the way. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. So this is a big, big message from Spirit coming through, saying get crystal clear on what you want, crystal clear on those thoughts. How do you want to think? What is the best thought process for you? How do you want to feel? What are the best feelings for you? What do you want to see in your life that hasn't been showing up for you? And what boundaries do you now embody that are aligning all of this with you? Okay, so that's the message and the question coming through that we are asking ourselves at this time. So you're feeling like you might not get your happily ever after. For some of you, this is just a new lease on life. For others, this is out of a rut or something working out in some miraculous way. For others of you, this is you feeling, and I'm hearing homeless again. So someone here is feeling like, and it could be more than one, but this could be very specific and for only one. And so take what resonates and lovingly leave what doesn't. Okay, guys? For whomever it is for. But at the end of the day, this shows me that some are afraid of this homelessness. It's coming out in reverse to let you know there is no need for you to fear such a thing. Others of you, because it's coming out in reverse, it's letting me know that you feel like it might be something that's coming. Right? So some of you feel like happily ever after is coming. Some of you feel like you're actually going to get this. Some of you feel like this is the new lease on life. Some of you feel like this is finally the divine turning the tables in your favor, giving you some filled cups, giving you an emotionally satisfying and supportive nature and environment, and giving you a mentally stabilizing and invigorating solution to problems that have you causing or creating boundaries to protect yourself in a world that is meant to serve you. So at the end of the day, what this looks like is some of you feel like this reality is coming to be now. Others of you feel like you might slide back into the old way, right? Where you were in a materially conflicted situation. So this doesn't have to be homelessness, right? This can be financial constraints, or this can be me not feeling like I can eat my 3 meals a day. It matters what this equals to you. What it equals is, one way or another, is conflict, and conflictions in your material state, in your world. So this can also be pains and irritations, or dis-ease or sickness in your body. That's also in this 5 of Pentacles. And it can also be any kind of abrupt weight problem or inefficiency in your bodily functions or in your physical being, okay? It can also be any kind of conflict or undesirable circumstances in your work, okay? Or in your reality, or in your financial material world. So that is what a lot of us are fearing, all of that. And so this is, and remember, this is supposed to be how you're looking at your world. So some of you are looking like it's about to turn around, right? I don't see this yet, but I know that I'm going to get my happily ever after. I'm going to get this wheel of fortune turning. I'm going to get my full cups. I'm going to get that new beginning for me, right? A lot of us feel like that, but a lot of us are feeling like it might slide back, like it might come back. Like there might be some constraint, some confliction within my material and physical and real reality, my creation, my life. I feel like my life might become me out in the cold again, okay? That's true for some of you. For some of you, me not having to be able to buy all of the things that I want. Me having to miss out on things because I'm not financially secure. Me feeling unstable and trying to do more than I can do to get by financially. That's the other version of this. I have 3 jobs is the other version of this. Right? So you'll have abundant cards around, but boy, oh boy, how that 5 of Pentacles comes out reverse, right? A 3 of Jobs is 5 of Pentacles in reverse because you went out of your way to make sure that this can be your world, but at the same time, it's still somewhat conflicted in a way because you don't have the kind of time that you want in your life. You don't have personal freedom if you have 3 jobs. You don't have time freedom if you have 3 jobs. You have financial security if you have 3 jobs, okay? So that's what that is. Now, the 2 of Wands comes out in reverse. And see, we got a lot of, the first 3 cards in this row are reversals. So that lets me know that these are non-beliefs. You're having trouble believing that these things are gonna come into your world. That's what that means. And so, yes, I'm here to tell you, you're gonna get whatever this equals for you. The house on the hill, the castle by the sea, the freaking country house on the cliff. I don't know. It's up to you. But you get to breathe into it and live into it too. And we're gonna show you how to do that on my new channel I got coming out. So stay tuned because I'm definitely gonna drop obviously the links here and let you guys know as soon as we do. But right now, just know it is coming through for you. And this isn't coming back. You don't have to worry about financial constraints and financial conflicts and people trying to make problems in your body, in your money, in your work, in your reality. And so at the end of the day, you can release it. Find a new vision for yourself, right? So this shows me with the 2 of Wands coming out, this shows me that you are about to get some new and harmonious choices that are really coming into your life, but that also lead to new actions and desires coming through for you. So this is also you balancing yourself to the point where you can move in a way that you see fit. So this is you seeing the world in a certain way, seeing a vision, looking over the horizon, and then moving towards it after you make very, calculated, but not overthought choices. Okay. So you're not overthinking, you're not worrying, you're not doubting, you're going with whatever your decision is, but you're stopping, you're pausing, you're checking alignment, and then you're proceeding after you've assessed exactly how everything is in your field. All right, so that's what's coming through with that. And ultimately, some of you are building into skills, right? So this is the last thing. So we got 2 wands and 2 pentacles for how you're looking at your world. So you're looking at moves you need to make and how things are going to change, and you're looking at the way that your material world is changing for you and how it could change too, right? So at the end of the day, you are refining some skills. Some of you are refining skills, others of you are just building into the kind of reality that you want. Others are mastering the way that you make money, the way that you are approaching your body, I'm hearing, and the way that you truly approach the material world. So a lot of you are mastering your work with this as well. But ultimately what this is you building into some kind of prosperity or opportunity or skills within you right now. So this is the way that you're looking at your world. Whatever you're doing right now, you feel like it is preparing you for a more prosperous, abundant time when whatever you're doing is actually going to start building into a new life for you or become a new life for you, whatever it resonates. And ultimately, it's going to start unfolding in a way that leaves you feeling like whatever those skills, whatever those talents, whatever that study was, whatever you were doing at this time was actually what propelled you forward in your life. And you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor soon. You're gonna start seeing things starting to work out for you. You're gonna start seeing it start building up in your life. And you're gonna start seeing things start to manifest. Right? That'll finally leave you feeling like your life is for some of you, I'm hearing all right. For others of you, I'm hearing great. And for some of you, I'm hearing irreplaceable. So that is amazing. We're all trying to get to irreplaceable, I hope, but at the end of the day, wherever you are is okay, okay? So this is how you are moving. All right. So you just recently made maybe some fast and quick decisions that literally moved you towards your purpose, your desires, and ultimately, fundamentally, what you want to manifest in this world, even if you don't know it. Even if you don't know it. That's what this means. And it's coming through hot and fast, right? Because I told you that when we do these, we don't read them as people, right? This is another type of reading. This is a type of reading that is only about you. Only about the collective right now. Only about my beautiful, beautiful souls. And so at the end of the day, that means that you are making, or you just made some quick moves because you saw through an untruth, okay? Someone was trying to lie and deceive you in reality. And this is how you're feeling. You feel like you have to think fast, make some moves that maybe others thought were rash, okay? So this is very fast moving energy. People, this is, oh, they didn't even have time to blink or think energy. This is, they had to think fast and it still wasn't fast enough energy to deal with what you were doing. And they also don't know what you were doing, right? They still don't know. They still don't know. So if this part resonates with you, they still don't know what you're doing. And ultimately, you saw through their lies, okay? Ace of Swords in reverse, you saw through all the lies. You saw through their lies, you saw through them thinking that they were better than everybody else, you saw through their smoke and mirrors, I'm hearing, you saw through them feeling like they had the upper hand, you saw through them trying to act like they were above and beyond you. You saw through all of it. And guess what? They became a villain in your story. That's how you feel. You feel like you were around a whole bunch of villains. right? A whole bunch of thieves, just stealing, stealing your peace, stealing your time, stealing anything that they could get. If you were giving and generous, they definitely weren't trying to give you anything back, and they even probably tried to make fun of you with the conflicts coming out in the emotional world. Took something of a material possession from some of you with the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles coming out in reverse. Right? Cause emotionally conflicted situations, leaving you in the Queen of Cups in reverse energy, causing you to doubt yourself, to doubt the way that the world is showing up for you, causing you to be depressed, causing you to get no rest with the 9 of Swords coming out, and causing you to pray for things to change with the 7 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune coming out. So at the end of the day, you saw through the lies, you made moves, right? And let me tell you what you did. Woo! I'm sorry. You guys, the way that these cards played out and where we're going, oh boy. Okay? So let me tell you, the 7 coming out here shows me that they stole your time, they stole your peace, they stole whatever they could from you, they drained off your energy. And I don't care if it was physical, mental, or emotional. Okay? They were trying to drain you, and you obviously saw through them perfectly, right? You were like, no, you're not deceiving me anymore. No, I'm not showing up for that anymore. I'm a knight, okay? And I'm not afraid to make moves. I'm not afraid to see the truth. And guess what that did for you? Let's talk about it. Because this is how we're feeling. Well, it puts you in your sovereignty. The Emperor. This is how you feel now. Beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. All right. So now we're in the right energy. That's what that means. Now you're in the right energy. Because now you are ready to make self-sovereign choices, decisions, moves, and new directions or orientations in your world. So ultimately, you are sitting in the steel throne. Right? Stay on your throne because it's where you belong. And anyone who deserves to be in your life will come see you on the throne. All right? But at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about any of the past things that we've just covered here. You don't have to worry about those feelings inside. Let the feelings come and go. So you're being called to do meditations, really work with the frequencies 417 hertz, 639 hertz for the heart, okay, 417 hertz for the sacral chakra, and 963 hertz for the crown, okay, connecting you to the divine, rebalancing you inside, and restoring and healing your heart, I'm hearing. So that's what we're being called to focus on right now. You may also find it helpful to work with rose quartz and amethyst and selenite, or satin spar, okay? Both are gypsum. And also you can work with carnelian, okay? So carnelian's a big one, or septarian stone. Septarian stone's a really good one to be working with as well, all right? So that's what's coming through with that. But with this Emperor energy, now you have control over your life. Like, even if you feel like you don't, okay? Okay? Because something happened that has this and this side by side. Something has happened that has this and this side by side in reverse. So what that means is this is 2 scenarios and you don't know which one you're gonna get. Yes, you do, because I'm telling you it's this one. This is the one. This is the one. This is your life, okay? This is not your life. This is your life, all right? Someone needs me to clarify that. so that is what these cards are saying. He, Emperor, does not live here, okay? This is not Emperor energy. This is Emperor energy. This is Emperor energy, all right? So this is how we know, because this is where you ended up because of whatever moves you made. Whatever you did was big, okay? Whatever you did was something big, was something huge, because I'm going to tell you, you finally moving in a way that actually supported you, nurtured you in that fiery, passionate way that was like, no, actually I am going to stand up for my justice, for my liberation, for my morality, against whatever. You didn't mind being their villain, right? A knight doesn't mind being the villain for whoever is the bad guy, right? And the bad guy always feels like the knight is the villain. But unfortunately, the bad guy's the bad guy. So I'm sorry. Like, and you can tell who the bad guy is because of their greediness and the fact that they try to hide and they don't serve humanity. They don't care about others, right? You gotta, like, make them care about you or hope they care. Like, no, get out of here. You're the villain. And I'm gonna say that about me. I don't mind being the villain in a villain story. I don't mind. When you're a liar and you're trying to steal my time, my peace, my physical world, my material reality, you're trying to conflict me and cause these disruptions in my life, yes, I will show up for as the emperor, move like the knight, and be the villain for you at any time. So, that's what you did. That's what you did. Woo! I got goosebumps. Holy, holy. Let me tell you. So the Emperor comes out to let us know who and what you're embodying. So you're moving through the world different. You're showing up different. You're making moves. You're sending out commands to the spiritual team. You're letting them know how it's gonna be. And you're showing up in the right vibration and frequency. Woo! Emperor energy. And ultimately, that too, or that emperor is leading you to, for some of you, this is a romantic relationship, okay? This is your happily ever after with the one you truly love. For some of you, this is a kingdom spouse, a twin flame, a soulmate, whatever resonates with you. But I'm gonna tell you right now, twin flame and soulmate are not technically the same thing, okay? But at the end of the day, this is a very much ordained relationship, all right? So it's mutually beneficial and soul aligned. And whatever that comes through, creative, intuitive, business, or romantic, well, that's fine, right? Because what this truly equals is a new sustenance in your life. All right, so now, right, I said that we were actually going to tell you, right, what each one was for you. So for some, they're like, well, I don't want any relationships, right? Or they're like, I don't want any partnerships. We'll have to talk about alignment and the spiritual law of relationships because it's kind of a big factor here. Okay, so we'll talk about it, but not today. Right now, we're just going to talk about that everybody doesn't want that. And so what this means for those of us who don't want that is that you have some emotionally fulfilling choices that are coming into your life that will lead you to a new aspect of duality and the way that you approach reality. So that means that you will start seeing things that you saw as negative, that brought you this mental disturbance, that caused you to be in emotionally rifted or conflicted situations, that had you focusing on negative energy or negative circumstances and situations that occurred for you, that had you focusing on boundaries or protecting yourself or always having to defend and fight for yourself, that had you afraid of being left in the cold, that had you lacking in vision and afraid to make moves, that had you believing in lies and had you letting people steal your peace, your material worth, your mental space, and your time. And now in Emperor energy, all of that has been, they know, they crossed the line. But also, they know that that's over, right? Wheel of Fortune energy, right after that. So ultimately, what that lets me know is this is done. This is complete, okay? The 9 is completion. So ultimately, for some of you, this is the integration of the mastery that you just got over your mind, okay? That is actually going to change your life. And this is that choice that makes the difference in a fundamental way. So this is a harmonious choice that's going to equal a fulfilling internal state for you, okay? For some of you. With the 2 of Pentacles coming out with the 2 of Cups right next to it, well, that means for some of you, this will be, or for some of you, this is you making harmonious and balanced choices that are actually leading you to harmonious and balanced internal and external state. So literally, you are feeling like finally I'm making the right choices and doing things that are leaving me feeling emotionally fulfilled, happy, and understanding, and like finally I don't have to defend myself, right? I remove myself from the bad environment. I remove myself from the mental conflict. I remove myself from the emotional disturbance. I remove myself from always having to fight for myself. I remove myself from people trying to steal my understanding, calm, loving, supportive, and nurturing, okay? And absolutely beautiful, okay? Very handsome, very beautiful, very magnetic energy, okay? That's what they were trying to siphon off and drain off of you. And ultimately, now you saw the truth. And you saw the truth turning you into the sovereign being that you were when you started moving quickly, right? And moved away from their energy after you saw through everything. All right, so this harmonious choice is leading to a harmonious balanced state and a harmonious internal world and external world. So them coming up together right here, for some of you, I'm just gonna, I can't not do this and do the prediction, I'm sorry. So, because this is a big deal. This is a big deal for some of you, and you deserve to know. So for some of you, that Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups comes out to let you know that a relationship, right, a mutually beneficial relationship, so, and a soul aligned relationship, so it can be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. But I'm sensing that this is business or romantic, okay? But this can be a platonic, soul aligned friendship as well. But one way or another, this choice in these relationships is going to create a new balance in your material world. So some of you are feeling like it was going to be this. Like it was going to be the Five of Pentacles. Like it was going to be always this having to build into myself and work harder and do all the things, right? Well, this is coming in to let you know, not so. This is coming in to let you know that actually not only are you about to be graced with the kind of energy and the kind of love and the kind of reciprocity and the kind of emotionality that you truly deserve in this life, but it is about to show you a new way to approach life and how life is unfolding for you now, okay? So that's what that Two of Cups and that Two of Pentacles means. And it really, you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve more than you know. More than you know. Because you have a big purpose here, right? You have a very big purpose and you're very important. But at the end of the day, no one has ever really treated you that way, right? And so it doesn't matter if they don't treat you that way. The truth doesn't rely on their lie or their belief. The truth gets to live free of them, clearly, right? Like, the sky doesn't stop being blue because they didn't believe it. No, you just stop being smart. Now, at the end of the day, what this is, or looking blue, I should say. But what this is a new balanced way to approach reality. And if you look closely, hold on. So look at that. Look behind him. Look behind him. Let me see if it'll focus. You're gonna focus? There you go. Uh-oh. Alright, so behind him, those are like waves. It's like not liking that, it's too close. Okay, so behind him, those are like waves. And these are like ships, literally going, look how they're just like bowing over the waves. That's crazy. So that shows you the emotional turbulence and the emotional rift that literally was leaving you in an imbalanced state, that was messing with your relationships, that was creating an emotionally conflicted situation for you, that was creating that Five of Cups energy for you, that was creating the mental afflictions and disturbances for you. And so now this shows, look at that, this shows that this, in the background, all that turbulent water is turning into stable ground. Look, with their house on the hill back there, that's all their land. See how that water is that? Almost the same thing, but that's a different terrain. And it's a different environment that they allowed themselves, they afforded themselves that. With the 2 and the 2 coming out, 22 energy, that lets me know that you're building into a new life. You're building into a new co-creation with the universe. You're building into your relationship with the people who truly deserve to be around you, to know you, to be a part of your life, and to know exactly how this goes now that you finally started moving in ways that are showing the universe that you can stand up for yourself, right? Because a lot of us have a mission on this planet not to bow, not to buckle, not to let them get away with whatever they want from you, but to show up in a compassionate, supportive, and nurturing way for them if they are reciprocal to that, right? But ultimately, it is not that you just give in and let anybody steal your time, steal your peace, steal your property, and tell you lies and deceive you constantly. This is not okay. This is not okay. So no, you did the right thing. For whoever this reading is for, this is your confirmation that it's going to work out right for you. You did the right thing. No one is going to take anything from you. And ultimately, this shows that you've got the power of 2. So that means you and the universe are co-creating right now, right? So you're being asked to get very crystal clear on your thoughts, on your feelings, on the things that you truly desire in this life, and what that looks for you. So we're stepping into that with some senses, right? What does that look like? How does that taste? So if I want a lemon, I should be visualizing a lemon, maybe cut, that has that zest coming out, and then makes your lips pucker up, right? And you can see the yellow, and maybe you smell that lemony smell. So that's the way we're stepping into this new life, this new vision for ourselves, okay? That's a huge message coming through from the divine. That's how you combat not knowing if this is gonna be this. Well, this is you're only feeling like this is gonna be real because you keep thinking about it. What they're saying is get crystal clear on what you want. You want this. You don't want this. So stop thinking about it. You don't want it. No need to think about it. Now you're in the time, now you're in the alignment where you get what you think about a lot. So now it's time to start thinking about what you want a lot. That's what they're saying. And get crystal clear on it, right? Define that. What does it look like? Don't be afraid of it. You're afraid of these things because they haven't always turned out so right for you. You're in this 9 of Swords energy. Leave it alone. You already went through the wheel. You already went there. You're already there. You're already past looking at all the cups that spilled. You're already past having to hold your ground all the time. You're already past having to figure out how you're gonna make it in life. You're already past it. And so now it's this time. It's this time where this becomes this and manifests in your life. But we need to get clear on what that looks like for us so that Source can get clear on delivering it, right? So that the Most High can show up for us correctly. When we show up for ourselves correctly. Because they're going to show up for us either way. But if our thought patterns and our thought processes and what we feel on a day-to-day aren't a reflection of what we desire to feel soon, now, in the future, or whatever, then we're going to get things that we don't want soon, now, or in the future, or whenever. And so this, and I'll do one more and then I'll let you guys get out of here. And I was gonna do a couple of sovereign stability cards, but I don't think we need them. I think you're good. So that's okay. So Knight of Swords is, no, we'll do a couple. I'm hearing really. So we'll do them. All right. So the Knight of Swords is actually coming out to let you know that you may have had to charge in and save yourself or someone else, okay? But this is about you. So I'm thinking you have to save in and charge yourself. So you moved in a way, okay, let's describe how you moved. You moved in a logical way that was clearly communicative and definitely cut through the bullshit and all of your problems with whatever this environment way it was, whoever was stealing your peace, whoever was lying about things, whoever was leaving you in mentally devastated states, whoever was taking your security away, who was leaving you looking at cups that spilled and things that you didn't have in your life, who was making you feel like you weren't yourself all the time, and who ultimately not only made you create new boundaries in life, but made you feel like you had to fight all the time. All right? That's what that means. Okay? Riddled with lies. Riddled with lies. And you saw through it all and you made moves and you moved in a way that showed the Most High that you can be trusted. with others, but with your own life. That's what you showed. That's the test you passed. You passed the test. Congratulations. The universe says you passed the test. And you don't understand that now your life becomes the best. Okay? So stay aligned. Don't let this get to you. Don't let this get to you. If you're feeling this right now, this is ending. This is ending. Okay? This is ending. You can let this go. These are so many conflict cards here. Okay? So many conflict cards. What? Nine of Wands, 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. Conflict cards. It's conflict. So at the end of the day, you moved in the right way. That's what this is saying. It's already done. It's coming in reverse to let me know you already did it. You already did the thing. And let me tell you something. Because what did I say? I said, and this is how this reading ends. I already let you know how what to do and all the things, right? And I wasn't supposed to give you all the future stuff like I usually do. I was really supposed to help you navigate what is going on inside and all around you and how you're feeling about that right now, right? And so that's what we're doing. So let me get you to this last part. You're already embodying the Emperor in the way that you move through the world. So that's sovereign stability. That's sovereignty, period. Right? You're the self-author of your life. That means I have self-leadership. You're not going to tell me how to run me, right? And I know how to do things better than you. That's also this energy too. Like, and it's the I'm going to let you see, right? The Emperor doesn't need you to acknowledge things. The Emperor is going to show you. You're going to see that in the Emperor's life, right? And you're going to know that all that stuff you believed was a lie. Now, right? Way back there with that negative Swords energy. Okay, so because it ends this way, we know that you are moving through the world like this. Well, you're embodying this. Queen of Pentacles energy. This is a very good, stable, secure, practical, and creative energy. No one really realizes how creative the Queen of Pentacles truly is. She has earth power, right? And because she has earth power, she's very nurturing and supportive. So she's very attractive and magnetic. And she will pull things into her reality. But at the same time, she creates things through her sensuous nature and her love of luxury. So she has an approach, a luxurious and sensuous approach, the same as the Empress, honestly, that moves in the world in a way that she's trying to light her senses up and make this a more enjoyable experience for her. And through doing this, she creates, obviously, enjoyable experiences, but she also creates things like this pentacle that she has sitting in her lap that she is admiring. This is like one of her creations she's breathing life into. She's bringing into this world. She's holding it. She's nurturing it. She's supporting it. And she's letting it sit with her in her value, in her worth, in her presence, in her worthiness, in her overall deservedness in this world, in this life. She knows she doesn't have to go running out chasing things. She knows she can let go of all of this energy. This energy, she's like, I can't even believe I stayed there for a night. That's this energy, okay? So at the end of the day, now Queen of Pentacles, right? Taurus, you could be a Taurus, you could be a Capricorn, or you could be a Virgo, but you don't have to be, right? The same way that you could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or the same way that you could be a, did I have another one? You could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, okay? But you don't have to be any of those for this to be your reading. It just needs to resonate with you. And at the end of the day, it's time to sit on your throne. It's time to sit on your throne. There's your divine masculine aspect, the way you're moving through the world, the Emperor, right? So you've got a very strong, this means that you've really done some work on your divine masculine as well, right? Your energy on the inside, the energy that helped you move through life, the energy that helped you know what's right, the energy that helps you make the decisions to protect this abundant, beautiful, nurturing, supportive, caring, emotionally balanced, stable, and financially secure worthy and valuable side of you. So I hope this message put someone's mind at ease, because that is a strong message that's coming through. I feel like I always take too long on these things, and it makes the camera take too long to upload it, right? We always have issues. So I'm trying you guys, but I swear I have to like reel myself in every reading. So let me see here. So this is me reeling myself in. So we're gonna do 2 Sovereign Stability Index cards, right? 2 cards. And we're gonna focus on the action. We're gonna focus on the actions at this time. And I'll meditate and see if we need to do one of these only, right? Because when we do one of these only, it shows us the future, and it shows us, even though I don't like to really do the future, but a lot of times we're looking to see if our moves are gonna get us what we want in the future. So I'll often do it if I know you're trying to create something. I'll say it that way, right? I'm not just trying to fake deal ya, but if I know you want to create something and you want to know how it's gonna go, or you know what the best way to go, then I'll do predictions for you. All right. So I'm just gonna cherry pick our 2, and we'll be moving right on. Woo! That's what we want. 1, 2. Okay. Look at this. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. And the Most High loves it too. So here we go. This is the first time I've ever pulled the number 2 card in this deck. It's such a number 2 card that it is smaller than all the other cards. So this is a smaller card. See that? This is a regular card, and this is the number 2 card. All right. So the number 2 card in the Sovereign Stability Index says you're being repositioned, and you know it. You know it. Okay, you're being repositioned. This is you being repositioned, right? This is you being repositioned. You're being repositioned. All these damn knights flying all over the place, and in reverse. So this thing you already did. You already cut the dragon's head off. You already got the ignorance out of your life. You already made moves to support your justice, your liberation, and your morality. You already made moves to expose lies. You already made moves to get rid of those who stole your peace and your time. You already made moves to stop focusing on the negative, low vibration, and unfulfilling, unemotionally fulfilling, I'm hearing, experiences that you've had in life. You've made moves. You made moves to get in environments that don't always have you defending yourself. You made moves to make sure that you are never, ever in this material conflict. That's why it's not going to happen to you, all right? It's not going to happen. So now let's move into what is going to happen. Well, what's happening? You're being repositioned. The declaration, delays were directional corrections. Do you hear that? Do you hear me? I hope you hear me. Direction, your direction is being repositioned. There is no possible way around that. And these delays were directional corrections. So what you're being asked to do, right? I said we're really going to focus on the action, is to say yes only to what strengthens your core values, the way that you want to move through the world. What strengthens, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? I'm like, I think I threw our queen. I think I threw our queen. I'm just joking. Okay, so this shows me this is core. This is your core. This is your core now, right? You're moving in sovereign ways. You're moving in ways that give you self-authority over your life. You're moving in ways where it might confuse other people, but you are definitely inspiring people. You need to know, because you are doing things that they were afraid to. And the people you've been dealing with are the people who got away with it. And now they've dealt with you. They dealt with you. And they're not smart enough to know that that doesn't end good if you're not good. And they're not good. They prove that. So, and it's in the cards, right? You can't lie to the cards. You can't lie to mine. So now we know the truth. This is the truth, right? They were a lie. This is the truth. Okay, this is the truth. And so the redirection has been protection. There it is. Okay, there it is. There it is. Redirection has been protection. Let me make sure you can see that. All right. Period. I almost don't want to read the other one. because that's beautiful. Within one cycle of consistency, listen to me. Here's your probability. I said I wasn't going to do predictions, but I don't have a choice with my little sovereign stability index. At the end of the day, Oracle, at the end of the day, within one cycle of consistency, clarity will sharpen. You'll know exactly what you want to do, exactly what this looks like to you. Get crystal clear on it, because the universe is gearing up, repositioning you. It's about to start helping you. Hold that vibration, that frequency. That means feel good, right? Feel like the true queen, right? That Queen of Cups energy. You're nurturing, supportive, okay? Venusian energy. The understanding, caring, trusting, but emotionally intelligent energy, right? So this is not emotionally manipulative energy. And this is not someone who is narcissistic in any way. This is a caring individual. This is not someone who blames others because they got mad, right? And it's also not someone who blames others because they acted some way. So this is not the energy of a boss who would say something like, don't make me be an asshole, okay? If you're a boss and you ever found yourself saying that, then we're not talking about you. We're talking about someone with emotional intelligence. All right, so, right, or not a narcissist. So, within one cycle of consistency, clarity will sharpen and you'll know all these things. So say yes only to what strengthens your core. And that's going to create that probable outcome for you, okay? So now we're saying yes only to what strengthens our core. So we're deliberately letting go of things that are draining us, letting go of things that are sabotaging our field, letting go of things that are making us feel at odds with our reality, letting go of things that are making us feel at odds with our self-sovereignty and our internal state. Okay? The last one, progress is inevitable. Beautiful. You guys, these are some beautiful cards. There are some beautiful cards. Progress is inevitable with discipline. Alright? So remember to stay disciplined. What do you desire in this life? What do you desire to experience? It's time to start moving toward that, right? In faith and belief and trust, knowing that in our alignment, in our frequency, in our feelings, in our vibration, our energy and motion, right? Our emotions. How are you feeling emotionally? Well, that is the internal state that we are asked to recalibrate to calm and peace. Okay? And so it's really, really important for our progress at this time, which will be inevitable, right? It will be inevitable. Okay? It will be inevitable. All right? And you're already holding the right vibration. That's the other version of that queen. That's your vibration. Okay? This, hold on, let me explain what this is, really, right? Because you know you're an emperor. The emperor is your frequency. This is how you're moving through the world. This is the action that you're taking. This is your behavior. This is how you're showing up, and this is what you're doing, all right? The Queen of Pentacles is your vibration. This is how you're feeling. This is your emotions. This is the internal state you're holding, and this is also the way you're thinking and feeling about yourself. And that is what is making the progress inevitable, so you don't have to worry. The action that you are called to take is just keep showing up. Show up. Show up. Show up and show up and show up and show up whenever you feel like you need to show up, but show up daily, okay? Consistently. And at the end of the day, repetition compounds, right? And things start moving more and more stable and swiftly, I'm hearing. So success feels steady when you do all these things. And please stop worrying. I'm hearing that from Spirit. I just keep hearing, please stop worrying. You have nothing to worry about. What they want you to understand now, and I don't know all that I'm talking to, okay? But I know that it's true in my life. And what they want you to understand now is, even if you can't see all the way that it's going to turn out, right? Because your radar is 3 inches. This is like us. And the universe is like the world. And so at the end of the day, we can't see how it's playing out or how things are going to be repositioned and redirected for our inevitable progress, right? So at the end of the day, we definitely need to be a little bit more open to releasing the how. Well, how am I going to do that? And how is this going to come? And why is that not happening? How? Release it. Release the how. Release the how and walk in faith, in gratitude, right? So we're holding the frequency of gratitude, being grateful for all we have, being grateful for all we learn. Even in this situation where they had you doing all of this, well, guess what? They gave you a new lease on life. They gave you the power to see through lies, the power to see through ill intentions, the power to never ever have to go through looking at only the negativity again, the power to let go of all the conflicts in your emotional and your physical world, the conflict in your mind, letting go of all of the emotional and the mental turbulence and the attachment to old narratives that don't serve you, a new vision, a new lease in life. They gave you a lot with their negative ill will and poor behavior. And the way that they talked about you behind your back, like you aren't intuitive. Some of you are very psychic. They know when you're talking about them. They know when you're talking about them. And that's why they get confused, right? They're like, there's no way they could know that. And then they start trying to act all pompous like they've never been wrong. Well, now you look like a jackass because, yeah, I do know. And now I know that seedy, murky energy is actually how you act when you've lied. And you're trying to bluff out of the lie. Like, human lie detector, get out of here. So, at the end of the day, success feels steady now. And you're being called to acknowledge how far you've come now. How far you've come to get to this. How far you've come to get to this. You don't have to reflect on everything because it's time to let a lot of things go. But we do need to be integrating lessons because we are trying to integrate, anchor, and embody all of these things, right? We've gone through a lot of activations. Now it's time to integrate how far we've come. Anchor in what we know and how we're going to be and embody that faithfully as we step inevitably toward our destiny. You're being repositioned. Do not worry. It is coming, okay? Stay in your Queen of Cups energy. And ultimately, in your Queen of Pentacles energy too. So one way or another, you should be feeling confident, happy, nurturing, supportive, valued, worthy, or abundant. Okay, those are your adjectives for your internal state. Okay, your external world, you should feel confident, purpose-driven, some ambitious, but you don't have to be, but you at least need to be a leader over your life, you know, like make your own choices. Discernment, you should have that. And just doing things that you know are truly supporting your core, right? Supporting your values, supporting your boundaries, supporting your desires, supporting your cares, supporting your destiny, supporting this new environment you're trying to create, and ultimately knowing that that you just got through, well, you're being applauded. You're being applauded, okay? Because not only did you see through all of their deceit, all of their lies, all of their treachery, right? But you also saw that she was strong enough to break free. And that you were above and beyond their limiting beliefs. That no one can just leave their job, or this job's too good, or this is a lot of money. Why does everyone feel like their stuff is a lot of money? Honestly, there is nothing in L&I that's ever gonna supply my type of life, okay? Let's be real. So all of you can feel like you're not good enough now, right? There is nobody who's at the front of the line. Now, because we know the truth, we can make those kind of emperor moves, right? Where we are sovereign beings over our life and where we do the things to make things right for us and for humanity, right? For the greatest good for all humankind. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's right by you in your life. And you did that. You did that. You don't get these two cards together in any reading. I don't care who you are or what you're doing, if you haven't done that in some way, shape, or form in your life. So I'm here to say congratulations. I love you all immensely, one and all. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has left me comments. I am eternally grateful. I'm trying to get to all the comments, but we're starting recording on the new channel today. I still have other channels that I need to keep up with. I'm not doing so great, but we are going to scale back into that just to, yeah, keep up with everything. But this is what the Most High has been calling from me, all right? And so that's what we're gonna do. So that's what I'll be focused on for these next, I'm gonna say 5 days. I'm gonna give it 5 days. I'm gonna release the introduction tomorrow, no matter what, right? Come what may. because they let me know I need to get over being perfect and all the things too. So I'm letting that same knowledge and information come through to you. But at the end of the day, realize that you're being applauded because you stood up for justice for yourself. You liberated yourself from a very bad situation with bad people. And you ultimately exposed a lot of that. And that is what is propelling you forward into this new beginning, into this turn of the tables, into this rebalancing of the scales, into these new harmonious choices and relationships that are coming into your world, into this new vision that you have, into this new reality that you're creating, into this new way that you feel. All right? I love you. And if you're not a subscriber, do please consider subscribing. I would love to have you around. We would love to have you around. And other than that, I'm pretty sure that I covered at least most of it. If I missed anything, you'll see me here shortly, right? I love you all, and I send you nothing but all of my light, my love, and my blessings. And I will see you in my next reading.